Hey everyone, Chris here. Want to give you an update on heat and storms as we go through our Monday evening and into Tuesday. Heat headlines in place, heat advisory and heat warning across the state. We're actually not quite living up to the expectations that were set forth for today. No bones about it, still hot and humid, and actually it will be for Tuesday as well. But I'll explain why here in just a second. Low to mid-90s, still expected triple-digit heat indices. While we are still hitting triple digits in some locations, the air temperature is about 2 to 3 degrees cooler than what we were expecting. And that's a product of the rain we had earlier this morning. Just left us in a place where we couldn't replenish that atmosphere or rework it. Just couldn't overcome that. So temperature's a little bit underdone. It is humid. Look at these dew points, a mix of upper 70s, mid 70s, commingling with low 80s. That is cream of the crop type material. So you do see triple-digit heat indices coming in across much of the state. 114, sweltering Atlantic, actually once we get up to that kind of number and at that specific observation site, to the manner of which it is, it becomes unreliable at those super high dew points, has a hard time approximating measuring what that dew point is. So there is an inherent amount of error when it comes to the heat index on some of those smaller communities that are listed. So just keep that in mind. National Balloon Classic on Monday evening. I think we're good to go. Wind is just a little breezy. It's hot and humid, but I think looking at the forecast ahead, they're going to try to get up in the air for the folks. Pretty quiet across the state right now. Here's where those severe thunderstorms are. That is up into South Dakota. Level 4 risk, severe weather. Eastern South Dakota, southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. And then you do see that threat level that decreases as you move southward. I actually think Des Moines on the outside looking in at this one. I do want to show you this here, the thunderstorm energy. Now, how will these storms move with time? Now, typically in this kind of a setup, we see the storms follow the instability gradient. And that is looking about like this. So there will be a southern component to it eventually. So I'm especially watching our northern communities in central Iowa, say along and north of Highway 20 with the best chance to see these storms tonight. They will be wicked storms at that. Very strong wind gusts on a widespread level. I'm eyeing the time frame between 10 and 4 o'clock. Just stay weather aware here as we go into tonight. Let's take a look at Futurecast. And this is the scene at 10 o'clock. We're pulling into northwestern Iowa with that cluster. And this latest round of data is trying to take it a little bit further south. Now, eventually it will weaken as we do see the overnight processes take over and that cold rush of wind that surges out ahead of the storms. It kind of cuts off the updraft component to it. So there will be a weakening trend exhibited, but when exactly that happens, still a little bit in question. Largely a quiet Tuesday, and we'll get those temperatures up into the 90s, I think, over the southern 2/3 of the state. Then that low-level jet kicks in once again as we go into Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I'm really concerned here for the flash flooding potential, folks. Looks like a slow-moving front, slow evolution southwards with numerous waves of showers and thunderstorms. Doesn't look good to me in my eyes. We will finally dry things up for Wednesday evening. Let's talk about the rain amounts. Tonight, everything fairly progressive enough. I'm not concerned. But what happens here, and you see a swath of 2 to 4 inches. Now, keep in mind, this is going to waver a little bit. I don't want you to take for certain that these numbers are legit, but I want to show this to you that we will see some locations pull down in the realm of 2, 3, 4 inches of rain Tuesday night going into Wednesday. And that's troublesome. We just can't absorb that at this point, and likely looking at a flash flooding scenario if that comes to fruition. So something I'm tracking for Tuesday night as well. Tonight, 76 storms across northern Iowa with widespread wind potential, 92, and a generally quiet day there on Tuesday in between those waves of storms. Okay, so 92 in Des Moines. Here's the rest of the numbers. Low 90s coming into view. Heat indices looking at the triple digits. Stay cool, stay hydrated. Listen to your body. That's the most important aspect here. Still humid into Wednesday. And with plenty of rain around, the temperatures are going to actually start to come down. But we'll finally get rid of the humidity by the end of the week. Take a look at these numbers by later on Thursday and into Friday. Comfort. We have the dew points down in the 50s. The muggy meter comfortable and air temperatures in the 70s. That definitely looks like a dream if you ask me. So Definitely looking more comfortable as we go later into the week here, closer to the Iowa State Fair, believe it or not. It's that time of year. But I'm especially going to be tracking the setup here, the evolution of storms tonight. I'd especially be watching places like Fort Dodge to Iowa Falls, points northward. I think the wind here, and real briefly, I still have some time, so I'm going to take you over to the web browser and just kind of walk you through things here. I want to show you the wind gusts, and this is the latest data from the HRRR. The wind gusts coming through here, they are strong. Now, take a look at these brown to white colors. That's getting up to 70, 80 miles per hour. So keep that in mind. That is 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. There is a bit of a weakening trend, but still we're hitting up towards 60 miles per hour on a fairly widespread line. There will be a trailing gust front left from these thunderstorms that could have some gusty wind, likely sub-severe. But yeah, there is some signal that there's going to be some stronger winds up around that Highway 20 corridor or so, and eventually a weakening trend with time tonight. But I don't think we're going to be completely immune here into northern Iowa. Okay, so that's the update I wanted to get to you as we look at this setup here for tonight. Very powerful wind gusts with that cluster of storms. It's just now starting to get developed, and we'll get a good sense on its trajectory it's going to take and the more specific timing. But right now, I want to say watch from 10 to 4 o'clock, I think, is our best window to see this cluster move across northern Iowa. Stay safe, stay weather aware. We will keep you updated right here on Local 5.